Week 34, we've got Dussek from Mexico 24/7. It's a really weird deck this week. Lian's really important. You need to spread your units out. You've got Poison to worry about. You've got Dar to worry about. Lots going on. It's all about diversifying your pushes in different lanes. So I think I'm going to start with the Scuzz behind the new kid. We want to try and bring the fight to our side if we can. Scuzz isn't the slowest of tanks though. Santa's a lot slower, so we are going to end up on our opponent's side of the battlefield. So that's not an amazing start. However, look, opponent's only got a level 4 Santa, so that bodes well for card levels. We might have an advantage in that respect. Right, so down comes a level 3 Som. We're just going to drop our Inuit. So Som's Blast will kill Inuit, assuming he does that, and he does, yeah. And you see there, down goes the Lava. I quite like Lava this week. I know a lot of teams went Poison because you can hit those range units, which can cause a problem. But that slow down ability on your side of the battlefield can be really, really helpful. Right, so it looks like we just about killed the Som. We've got our 4-ass monkey taking care of the Ike, which can also be a problem on its own. My push is going to die, so I'm just going to restart with Santa behind my new kid. But look how much damage these two units are doing with that Scuzz buff. It's taking ages to kill the 4-ass monkey, so we've nearly killed the Santa after it's been darred. So opponent's just wasting the gunslinger buff there. So I've got my own Som down, I've got my own gunslinger down, and we're in no rush to use our abilities. I'm just going to give Som a buff on the top to make this push on the top that needs an answer. It's probably going to get answered by Lian, and that means that we can then concentrate on our bottom push if that doesn't happen. So no answer at the top. Som's going to lock onto the new kid. There's the Lian, but we're going to get the bar before we do anything. And you saw we got the bonus there, so we nearly took 2 bars in one go. Som's going to take care of Lian, and now as you can see, the bottom push taking care of that second bar. So there's the diversification working, and it looks like the blowback actually knocks Som and Tweak out of the Lian Death Wish range. That was extremely lucky. So yeah, we got a 3-bar push there. Really good start. Right, let's look at the next game. Right, we've got Dr. 94 from Polish Squad. Right, let's see what we start off with then. I could cycle Purify, but I'm just going to drop Token in the top corner because his charge ability, that's going to threaten whatever's on the other side of the battlefield. And then I think we'll try and build a push from our side. Right, so we've got Som on the opposite side, so we'll get Santa down behind our new kid. Alright, so unfortunately, Scuzz is going to hang around at the halfway line for a bit, at least until he kills the Token. Som's coming over to our side. He's going to lock on with the Santa. I'm just going to let him lock onto Santa, and then we'll let Inuit go to town on him. So Som does get that blast off, so obviously Inuit taking care of him. It looks like Santa's aggroed onto the Scuzz, which isn't ideal. That means I've got all my units clumping up, so we are vulnerable to a Lian. We're just going to have to kind of go with that at the moment. There's not a lot I can do. I've got Ike coming in on the bottom lane as well. So I need to deal with that. So getting in a couple of Som blasts, and then I'll just try and finish him off with a monkey, which works. It looks like my Santa's about to die now. So we'll see what we can do about this. Hopefully Santa locks onto... No, he doesn't. He locks straight onto the monkey. I was hoping he'd lock onto the Scuzz. So as you can see, Som's made it to the new kid, but between the lava and the Token taking damage. However, Token leaving after the knockback, and hopefully we can get... Oh, Inuit just coming in as the bonus hits from Gunslinger, which is a shame. That would have been a bar. I'm going to now have to drop Lian to deal with this, and unfortunately Lian is going to turn my Gunslinger into a chicken. Chicken's not going to get any damage done. So yeah, we've still not managed to get that first bar yet. Right, we've got a Som incoming here. Let's see if we can take care of this before he gets the blast off. No, we can't, unfortunately. That level 5 just got that staying power. Right, we're into the 3rd minute now, so we've got the increase, and it looks like the board is resetting. So we've got the Ike coming in on the top lane. Going to get Santa down. We're going to have to get some heavy damage to deal with that so he doesn't get out of hand. And then we've got Santa on the bottom lane to deal with. I'm trying to kill the Gunslinger because he's going to cause some problems. So we've hit him with that poison, and that takes care of him. Not sure about the energy trade-off there, the 3 for 3 though. Right, we'll get Scuzz down at my new kid to stop Santa from locking on, because Santa hits pretty hard. He hits for around around 100 a time, which isn't bad for a tank. Right, we've got Leanne locked onto our Santa. She will kill him one-on-one. So we'll build a push on the bottom here. So just use Gunslinger to get some additional damage. Hopefully Santa will kill Leanne and then get turned into a chicken. No, it looks like Leanne is going to kill him, unless I can get poison down or something like that. Oh, and I failed the dive on the Santa. I messed that up. That's going to cost me dearly. There's a huge swing in energy. So I've got the chickens coming down, but you can see between Lava and Ike, they're going to stop them. I've got some now on the bottom. I'm in a lot of trouble here. Don't think I'm going to be able to pull this back. That mistake with the Dar, costly. It's a shame. I'm like pretty good with that. It's very, very rare I messed that up. My view was obscured a bit by the Scuzzlebot, but that's no excuse. I just mistimed it, and as a result, I take the loss. So that was devastating. All right, Carabiner from Hearts and Flowers. I just dealt a loss to this team on my alt account. Let's see if we can do it on the main. We've not tilted because of the loss last time. We're going to keep our cool. So I can start with Santa behind the new kid and start building up a push. Nothing from the opponent just yet. They're letting their energy pool at 10. So they wait and then they drop a Scuzzlebot. Even waiting that extra bar of energy, Scuzzlebot's still going to come to our side of the battlefield. Although I think he will be out of new kid zap range. But either way, the advantage is still on our side when we can drop units on him. And they can immediately lock on. Right, we'll get this Inuit down because of that Som. Just wait for the blast, and then we'll drop our own up in the top corner. So Santa's still going toe-to-toe there. He is going to lose this fight, though. So we'll just get that blast on, and then we'll Som him. And this time we'll get the Dar timing right for the Santa. So that's how I should have done it last time. I just mistimed it. Right, so we'll get the... We'll wait for the Som to charge up, and that was a mistake because the Santa dies. There's the Som blast, and in comes the token and finishes off the Som. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drop Leanne to deal with this push here at the middle. Leanne's really powerful. Having those two behind her, she could very easily reach the new kid, so I'm going to buff her. So just keeping that Purify to hand because I'm expecting... Alright, so the opponent doesn't have poison, has lava. Alright, that means that we safely could have cycled the Purify out. Although it is useful for the Scuzzlebot buff, you can use it on that. So Leanne takes a bar and she's going to get some bonus damage before she dies as well. Oh, might even take a second bar. Yes, look at that. Takes 2 bars. Leanne hits hard with that broom. Right, so my opponent have got just about a minute and he's 2 bars down, so we can play defensively now. So we're going to drop Scuzz behind the new kid. Leanne's going to make her way to our side of the battlefield. Dropping the Som directly behind her own Leanne. Not the smartest move in the world. So we'll start getting damage on that Leanne. Some it will get taken out by the Inuit before Leanne's Death Wish kills him. But either way, that Som was doomed. So you can see now we've got the Ike combo coming in on the top, looking in to threaten the new kid. So we'll just use our energies to defend against that. And successfully managed to take that out. It took a bit though there, didn't it? Right, and then we'll just drop Santa directly in front here. We'll boost up Santa with the tweak. I did actually want that to go to the Som, but it targeted the Santa. It doesn't matter. And then we just waste the Som blast for no reason because the game is over. We're not going to get to his new kid in time. And likewise, he's going to get nowhere near my new kid. So just messing around now. Little victory dance. But we didn't get the whole 3 bars this time, only 2. Alright, we've got Topo 828 from French Fight Club. Alright, see what we can start with here. Shite opening hand. This is a Psycho Purify if I have ever seen one. We've not seen a lot of poison today either, so yeah, we'll just waste the Purify there, and that's nice because we draw straight into Santa. I'm going to use my Som to counter the opponent's Som. So he drops the Warrior Clyde, right? So we're going to have to Dar our Som. Didn't get to use the blast before he died, unfortunately, because then I might have mistimed it. Inuit takes care of my Som, so his Som's still up. I'm going to have to drop Lian to deal with this, unfortunately. You can see the blast there. Dar surviving it. Dar's got some toughness on her, hasn't she? Right, so there we go. Down goes those two units. Unfortunately, with Dar being nearly dead and not getting transformed, the chickens are going to threaten the new kid. I'm going to have to poison them, which sucks. But as you can see, it deals with them. And my opponent, for some reason, dropping Scuzz directly there, maybe thinking I'm out of energy. I'm not, as you can see. So we'll just get Santa defending the new kid. Now I can build a push behind Santa. So my opponent's going to have to do something pretty spectacular to come back from that. Dropping Scuzz at the main line there was a serious miscalculation on their part. Obviously thinking maybe I only had like little units to defend against the new kid, but I was in Santa range. If I didn't have Santa, it would have been a bit of a different story, but I did, so let's not worry about that. Right, we've got Lian coming in up here. We'll just drop Inuit to deal with her. She gets the Scuzz buff, but I think the Inuit Death Wish should take care of her, which it does. Right, so now we've got the Ike coming in at the bottom there. Right, and there's the poison, so unfortunately the Purified doesn't get both of the units, so I just go with the Gunslinger because Som was going to die anyway. And now Gunslinger's locked onto the new kid. Hopefully we'll take a bar. Now he gets hit with a Clyde, but still survives. So I managed to get the buff off and then charge in with the token. So now I can just use the Santa to charge in again with a token. We'll drop Scuzz in front of our new kid to protect him. Now the opponent's in serious trouble, so I'm just going to drop Tweak onto... I'll try to drop Tweak onto the token. He gets himself killed. I was hoping to take that third bar. It's going to be difficult to get this third bar in this amount of time, but we are going to give it a go. We're going to keep the aggression on. It's highly unlikely my opponent's going to get 2 bars. I think they'd have to do it with the Ike Tweak combo if they were going to do it at all. And now Inuit's Death Wish taking care of New Kid's third bar. So we do get the third bar. Thanks to Inuit Kenny. Thanks for watching. See you next week.